What's up, everybody? It is AGX Comics here, back with or not even back. I'm surprised I'm making this video so soon. Basically, I started that comic book run challenge video with the Green Arrow Kevin Smith run and also the Preacher run, as well as the Green Arrow run, what is it, 16 to 30, I believe it is. So yeah, I had so many books that I found within literally 1-2 visits to Half Price Books and one of the LCSs near me, that I had to actually film a video because I have so many books to go through. So I figured it'd be way easier to do it this way, kind of keep a good time and a pace to this. But basically, right, I just got a camera. Sorry, the background's not that great, and this is probably not the best video quality. I'm working on trying to get a cool background and stuff like that for future videos. But until then, you're just gonna have to bear with all this stuff on the side and basically this desk right here. But without a further ado, let's run through this, right? So first off, we got Preacher 19 here. Pretty good condition. Again, I am no grader. I am no CGC expert, whatever. I'm just getting into all that stuff. But I gotta say, these are pretty decent for what I found them at, right? So there's 19. We got 33 here. This one's a little bit way more rougher. You can see there's damage up here, like water damage. Spine ticks everywhere, a little crease in the corner. Some of these are better, like that. Like 19 was way better than this one for sure. But it is what it is. It's not about me finding 9.8s every time here. This is more or less, let me try to complete the run as fast as possible. Again, time is ticking. That's the whole goal of this, right? But yes, that's Preacher 33. And I'm going to create like a little bit of a list to go off of, like, oh, you know, like, hey, I picked up, like, these are the ones that I'm missing, yada, 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 right? So next up, we got an actual key. The first Preacher key that I found. This one would be really good, actually. There's a little bit of a corner crease there. This is Tulip O'Hare's background story, right? But there's actually some pen right near the base of or the top of the gun there that is pretty much in there, which kind of stinks because it's got a nice background, and I've always liked this cover. But anyway, yeah. Got our first Preacher mint, which is pretty dope. So there you go. Number 51. Next we have number 52. You're going to see a little bit of a trend here. This one's definitely in better condition for sure. Not as bad as the number 51, but there's 52. By the way, you like this beautiful Say Cheese frame holder I'm using is kind of my background. This one's a pretty cool cover. So this is number 53. This one is actually really good, minus a few small spine ticks. But another one that's pretty good that I'm pretty happy that I found. But 53. And you guessed it right if you were gonna think that 54, which, by the way, this cover is pretty cool. None of these are really keys necessarily, but it's kind of cool that I kind of found a little bit of a run here to just go one after the other. So again, 54, pretty good condition. Next up we got 55. This one's a little bit more grainier, a little bit more scuffs on it, but still beautiful condition for what I found them at, right? First day. This one is actually probably one of my more favorite covers for 56 here. This one, I really like this cover. I like this cover a lot. It's just the character detail is pretty awesome when you start looking through each one of them. But nonetheless, there's 56. Next up, we got number 57. And this one, out of all of them, I gotta say, is pretty damn good. Now, you're gonna say, oh, did you buy these loose without bag and board? I did buy them in bag and board, but all the bag and boards were so garbage that I was undoing them. Figured, hey, why not just roll it right through? You know what I mean? Just kind of do this video really quick and then, pop in the bag and boards for the rest of them. But anyway, Preacher number 57. Next up, we have number 58 with R's face on the cover there. Pretty cool cover, band. And then, okay, so next up, As far as Preacher goes, I think I got one more in there, but these are from the previous video. I figured I'd add them in just so everyone gets a good census before I start counting. Two of these are not on the actual run thing, but I thought they were pretty cool to include them. Half-price books for the rest of these. And this one was, you named it Green Lantern number 93. I just thought it was such a cool cover. Had to get it. $6. Probably right around what it's worth, but still, I'm not really... I hopefully one day I could flip some of these, but I'm not really looking for doing that. But if you guys, again, so this is what I got out of the Kevin Smith run for the Green Arrow, right? This was number 3. This one is bagged, or I didn't take these out yet, but this is number 3. Pretty decent. A lot of spine ticks though. Also, like I said, the third part here was 16 to 30 with the Meltzer run, I believe. Whoop, as they're falling off. But yeah, so got number 16. And then, of course, I mean, how could we start this? The whole reason for the season here. Another $6 one, but the actual bag is kind of got these little like frayed marks, but that's just on the bag. I've pulled this out. But Green Arrow number 1 by Kevin Smith, the thing that kind of started it all off, and that's kind of obviously number 1. Now, oh yeah, okay. So here is Preacher number 3, dude. I am so psyched about getting this one. And this is probably the best one out of the bunch. I did put this one already into a bag and board myself. But the corners look nice. Very, very, very small spine tick right near his wrist, near Cassidy's wrist. But beautiful number 3. And I'm so psyched about this. And I'm going to talk a little bit more at the end of this video about a little bit more about the Preacher stuff that's kind of interesting. But I got to get an actual holder. Now this one, we'll see. I was able to get number 6, right? I believe that I showed you guys this one, which I bagged and boarded this one. Or no, I didn't. Actually, this is 6 is one I picked up from the LCS, right? Pretty good. And then finally, I also picked up number 4. So we're like closing in on this run. This one's got a lot of spine ticks and a little bit more damage. And then there's a little bend in the crease in the corner. But still, number 4, again, there's only, what is there, 15, right? And we're already, and trust me, I know I could complete this run pretty quickly. So I'm kind of amped up to see how quickly I could do this. But already off to a hot start. Only going to like 3 total stores and finding these many already is pretty hot. But the last book, which is not part of this, but I thought it was so cool, and again, I am not like a grader of any means, and I thought this would be just so cool to add in there. Green Arrow from 1988, number 2, and look at this book. I mean, honestly, I flipped through it, I went through the back, looked at the spine and everything, and this thing is just absolutely beautiful. Now, the guy, I feel, did screw me over on this one just a tad by, like, I think it was like $5 he charged me on it. But I don't know if that's necessarily bad. This isn't really a key or really sought after, but the quality of this book was insane. And I just had to have it as a Green Arrow fan. I know this run will probably be one that definitely is going to be in the can I complete it run, and how quickly on these run challenges, but I thought it would be a cool one to end on here, and definitely one that you guys would appreciate. Again, so going back to the I got some really cool leads on more Preacher stuff, so hopefully this other comic book shop that I'm going to go to has some back issues that I can fire through and see if I can get a little bit closer. That's obviously the biggest run challenge right now, and obviously I got a big chunk out of it. Like, I got a decent chunk, I felt like, for one store. The Green Arrow run, slowly but surely, obviously there's only 15 issues, but I feel like keying in on the ones I don't have are going to be a little bit harder. But I already got number 1 out of the way, which I feel like is a big one. But yeah, so stay tuned. I'll definitely have another update. I might start doing videos more like this if I could kind of get a better background and obviously include myself in. I do have a nice mic, so I like using that, especially for the read and reviews. But enough is enough. I'll see you guys next time, and please do me a huge favor and like, subscribe, comment for more. Alright, peace.